Alright guys, this is going to be my last review for the day. This is the Remington 870 Express. I bought this gun when I was 19 years old. So I've had this gun for 11 years. This gun has really served me well. I've killed a lot of deer with it. I've killed a lot of ducks with it. Gun shoots very good. I mean, pretty much anything that I've put in this gun, it's all patterned. But again, as I stressed in the previous video, change your choke tubes, pattern your shells, find out what shoots the best out of this gun. This gun really likes Winchester double aughts. I haven't shot Remington double aughts out of it, but I have shot Remington triple aughts out of it. And this gun, with the factory full choke with 3-inch Remington lead triple aughts, will put all 10 pellets in a pie tin at 50 yards, which is incredible. I mean, a lot of guns don't pattern triple aughts that way with factory choke tubes. You got to spend money and go buy the custom-made choke tubes. Most of the time, you don't shoot that way. But again, you get what you pay for. The new Remington 870s are just they're not very well put together. They put cheaper metal on them. This gun falls into that time frame when they first started doing that, but because I spent the money on the Wingmaster, they did put the better material into these guns. Now, as far as issues go, I have had problems with this gun not locking up in the battery, which I made mention of in the previous video. But this particular gun, the action lock bar spring is not what was bad in it. Okay, with these guns, you've got the action lock bars themselves, which is right here, and there's a retainer ring that sits up in your handguard or your foregrip or whatever you want to call it. Well, this ring had backed off, and because it had backed off, when I went to close the bolt, it wouldn't lock up in the battery because it wasn't pulling the bolt far enough forward. Okay, they had relaxed and the bars had slid backwards. So I took it to a gunsmith because I couldn't figure it out, and I could tell that it wasn't the action lock bar spring. And I gave it to him. He'd been doing gunsmith work for 40 years, and he said that was his first time he had ever seen this. So initially he told me he was going to charge me $50. I ended up paying him $25. He said, look, you know, I appreciate you bringing this to me. He said, this is the first time I've ever seen this problem. So this is a learning experience for me. But with the Remington 870 Wingmasters, they come with a improved cylinder, a modified, and a full choke. This gun, I've bought a bunch of choke tubes for this thing over the years. I still have the three, obviously, the factory choke tubes. I've got an extended full pure gold choke tube. I don't even remember how much I paid for it. It's been so long ago. But I have that, and I have some turkey chokes and a few other things. But this gun does shoot extremely well. Now, one thing I have noticed is when you shoot this gun, I have a tendency to work the slide extremely fast on a pump gun, and I have noticed that sometimes I won't cycle the bolt all the way. I'll kick the shell out, but because I haven't traveled the full length of the action, it won't feed the next shell. Me, not factory, or not a gun problem. It's just something I do. But it does hold 5 shells. It holds 5 2 3/4, and I think it holds 4 3-inch. But Remington does send this gun out with a plug. Depending on where you are, you might have to have the plug in the gun. Depending on what you're doing, you might have to plug in the gun. Waterfowl, you've got to have the plug in the gun unless you're hunting the snow goose conservation season, which then you don't have to. But here in North Carolina and in Virginia, I hunt in both states. You are not required to have the plug in the gun. Virginia changed that law, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. So it's been a little while for them. But this gun, I haven't had any major issues out of it. It shoots real well. I've killed a pile of deer with this gun. I've killed a lot of ducks. So if you are looking into the Remingtons, but you don't want to spend the money on a semi-auto because Remington has gotten very high, the 870 Express Wingmaster might be something worth looking into. These guns are, I mean, they're very simple. I mean, if you go to pull this gun apart to clean it, there's 2 takedown pins in the side of the receiver. You drive those through, and then the whole trigger mechanism pulls right out the bottom of the gun. blow it out, hit it with some oil, put it back in there. Very reliable. Obviously, you have your action release. This is right here in front of the trigger guard. That allows you to slide back without firing the gun. Now, if you look, there are some of those idiots on YouTube that will take and rack these things like this, and you'll see them go. There's one video guy's like, oh yeah, and he takes and he throws a couple shells in the bottom, and he says, yeah, you don't have to just push the button, and he pushes the button, cycles the shell, and he says you can also pull the trigger, and it'll release everything. And he pulls the trigger and blows the daggone hole in his house. So always make sure the gun's unloaded before you pull that trigger, and always be aware of where the muzzle's pointed. You know, obviously it's a gun, it's a tool, but it's a dangerous tool. I sure don't have to tell y'all that. But anyhow, but this gun, something that Remington, I've always loved Remingtons, because when you do shoulder this gun, these guns fit me extremely well. But the issues that they've been having with the metal and material that they're putting in them, it's really got me on the fence about it. And I actually wrote Remington and I asked them if they were having any ideas on fixing the quality control issues that they have. And at first they didn't respond to me, so I went and I put it on Facebook. I actually put it on their manufacturer's Facebook page. And instead of them commenting on it or responding, they just deleted the comment. So that right there tells you what they think of, you know, you and me, the general consumer, who's going to be spending money on the affordable line of guns. They don't care about us, they just want our money. So anyhow, that's just something to think about. I mean, you know, if you don't mind having to take these things apart and repair them when you have issues, you know, go for it. But remember, you get what you pay for, and you never know when you might be standing there looking down the barrel of that shotgun, and you've got a big old, you know, 24-inch wide 10-pointer standing there in front of you, and you go to pull the trigger and the gun goes click, because, you know, something's wrong with it. That's the only thing why I will personally never buy another Remington shotgun. Again, this is one of the older models before they started having the big problems with them. And again, when you spend the money on it, you get a better quality gun out of the Wingmaster than the standard 870. So, and again, all of your Remington choke tubes, they all use Rem chokes, so all of them are interchangeable. As long as it's the same gauge, unless they've changed something that I'm not aware of since I've stopped following the Remington firearms, they're all the same. So anyhow, hopefully this will help y'all out if you're out there and looking around trying to figure out what you want to get. Again, this gun, I mean, I haven't taken the best care of it. I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of gunsmith work to it later on this week, possibly next week. And nothing major. I'm just going to go in and touch up a few blemishes on the metal, spots where I didn't wipe it down really well when I put it away, and it's got a few little spots of rust, but nothing major. It's all cosmetic. So anyhow, I may or may not do a video when I go to do the repairs on it, just because it's probably a big pain in the behind. So anyhow, and again, the safety rail standard is right there in the back behind the receiver. I'm sure I probably have to go over that. But anyhow, the Wingmasters are beautiful guns. They shoot well, and if you take care of them, they'll last a long time. But you got to do general maintenance on them. Take the receiver apart, check parts, see what's wearing, see if anything looks like it's about to break or need to be replaced. And as long as you stay up on your maintenance, it'll last a long time. So anyhow, hopefully y'all enjoy this video, and it'll do you a little bit of good. All right, y'all have a good one.